Thank you for attending this Data1Qbit presentation today. We're going to do a VAaaS, vendor assessment as a service. We're going to do a vendor assessment for a firewall product. Let's start. I'm Ray Hutchins, the founder of Data1Qbit. When you first start your assessment, you will see that you get a little overview screen here. It kind of tells you what is getting ready to happen. Little guide. Then you click the Start the Assessment. The first step that you'll take will be that you'll choose the desired business category. Now, Data1Qbit collects data on multiple business categories, as you can see here. But the one we're going to focus on today is Cybersecurity USA. We're going to be looking for a product within that category. So, the product category, if you look in cybersecurity, you may not know this, but there are over 80 different product categories in cybersecurity. No wonder people find it virtually impossible to protect their networks. This is one reason there's so much choice, and it's changing all the time. Well, today we are going to focus on one of the arguably more complex products, and that's firewalls. We're going to go search for a firewall today. Okay, so we click on firewall. And the assessment method we're going to use is we're going to use the wizard. Now, if you're an IT specialist, you could use our search function, or you could browse our various features. There's like 800 different features for firewalls. You could take that route if you like, but you don't have to be an IT professional to use this tool. You can be any kind of business professional. No IT skills required to use this tool. That's the whole idea of it. But you can see when we start off here with firewalls, there are 65 firewall vendors and 582 products that are out there that meet the requirements of firewall. And so that's the total number of vendors and products that are available. So we're going to have to narrow that down, obviously. And you'll see as we go through the process, the progress bar up here will guide us through, and you'll see where you are. So let's get started. So starting off, we're just going to define our user role here just a bit. And so what's the size of the business? We can be a small business, we can be a medium business, we can be a large business. Let's be a medium-sized business. And I'll be part of the technical staff today. Next, are you a technical professional? Yes, I am, and I'm also on the security team. On the security team, I will be a director, level 2. And we'll go next, and then now we get a little bit of an overview of some of the requirements that the wizard is going to collect from us, and you can look at this on your own. I'm going to move kind of fast through this. What kind of data do you want to protect? We've got intellectual property, we've got credit card data, we've got customer data, and we have financial data. That's the kind of data that we need to protect. Notice that we started narrowing it down to 61 vendors, 488 products. What's the location of the data that we need to protect? Our data is in the cloud, and it's on our servers, and it's on personal computers, laptops, tablets, mobile phones. That's where our data is. Okay, that dropped it down to 35 vendors, 212 products. How many users in the organization? Let's say we have 14. Let's say we've got 1,400 users. Are you trying to protect a data center? Nope, we're not trying to protect a data center. Do you need to protect data between networks? No, in this case we do not. What kind of devices do we use? We have email servers, we have web servers, no application servers, no other servers. Do you already have? Yes, we do have one or more firewalls in place. What are they? What are the firewall vendors? Okay, let's say we're using Fortinet and we're using Cisco. Those are our two firewall vendors. Okay, would you prefer the new firewall to be from any current vendors or open to alternative? We're looking for alternatives. We're not interested in excluding the vendors. We don't prefer these vendors, and nothing wrong with Cisco and Fortinet, of course. But we do want to see what else is out there. Do you know what kind of firewall you need? I'm a technical guy. Yeah, I've got an idea on that. I need a premise-based firewall. I also need a cloud-based firewall, no specialty. So in the next generation premise-based, next generation cloud, enterprise, premise, enterprise, cloud. No. Good on all that. Okay, next. Okay, we've dropped down to 5 vendors and 15 products. Do you know if you need a next generation firewall? Well, I just said I did, but let's say I didn't know. Pop this over here. You got a definition. You got a video that explains to you what they are and why that might be of value to you. Yeah, we want definitely next generation. Here's some more criteria we can put in here, but for time's sake, I'm going to move on beyond that. How do you prefer to acquire it? We want to lease it. So let's move on here. What's the budget? Here's an important criteria. Let's go ahead and move this up. Let's say it's $20,000 is what we can afford to pay for this firewall. Down to 4 vendors, 5 products. Purchase time frame next 3 months. Got some more criteria we can put in right here, but we'll go bounce over here. Look, we are at the dashboard. Notice we have made it to the dashboard. How long did that take? 5 minutes, something like that, maybe 5 minutes to get here to the dashboard. If you were in a company and you had the responsibility of doing a vendor assessment for a firewall, I mean, you couldn't even get into your desk, got a cup of coffee, got a couple people together, and started talking about requirements. I mean, you know, and here you are looking at a dashboard and looking at 4 vendors and 5 products in that time frame. And if you don't like these particular products and you want to go back and redo them, go back and redo them. I mean, you know, the tool's sitting there for you, ready for you to use. What an amazing breakthrough in terms of vendor assessments. Even large enterprises that have vendor management offices cannot do such a thing. By and large companies will get it down to 5 or 6 bidders and then keep them on a bidder list for months and months. And so and vendor bias is always a big problem in such a situation, but you're not a victim of that anymore. This tool levels the playing field between the buyers and the sellers for the first time. So let's get down to business here. You got 4 vendors, 5 products. Let's take a look here. Look at the various products that are out there. Let's look at one of the others, and you can see how the dashboard changes a bit and the color coding starts to play in. Green is what you're looking for. Yellow is average, and then if it's red, you got to be watching out here. So you can see you've got 2 things. You're looking at the product viability and you're looking at the vendor viability. You've got 2 things that you've got to look at. And so we're giving them both to you, plus other information, which I'm going to go through here shortly. So let's go back to that other product over here. Let's close this. So the Shield 4 Plus series, first things we want to look at, you can see over here on this particular firewall series, there's some other products in here that you could look at. The data completeness is good. The requirements match is good for this product. And again, it's organized by product and vendor. The latest data update in here was on the date that I was making this video for you, doing this April 13th, 2015. It's the latest data update of the data coming in. And you can see the information here that you can drill down on is organized by product data, security and support, and over here, company, financial, and security. Let's get started and take a look at product data if we want to drill down. So you can see the product data that we've been collecting. We're collecting data 24/7 in multiple different ways, buying data, collecting data from public databases, going to the web and getting data. We have manual data collection, all for you to make your job easier. Notice security here, security on both the product side and the vendor side. Let's talk about it just a little bit. You want the product that you're going to buy to have security baked in from the get-go. Okay, that's a big deal to you. And so you want information about what kind of security forethought was put into that product before we deploy it. So there's various conversations around that. You can see the code development, the built-in compliance with standards, where was the code developed, where was the product tested. Let's take a look at this right here. We've got 10 sub-data points. Third-party testing review of the application of the product. So let's take a look at what we've got here. So we've got 10 sub-data points. It shows here these are the people that could possibly do some third-party testing of this firewall or review of the firewall. And you can see NSS Labs here, which is a testing organization. Yes, there's a report here on this. So you click on this and report pops up on the firewall. And so So you've got a report and you've got a timestamp here that you can look at. This, when was the data collected? When was that report done? And then what was the source? Third-party data purchase. So that means we either bought that report for you and making it available for you, or you can buy the report yourself on that firewall. There are other people here doing reviews that you can see here with other stuff, but we have collected this information, just this information right here. If you were to go out and try to just collect this, it would take hours of your time, just hours, just finding these people. We've got it all right here located for you and brought together under one platform that you can look at. If you're going to spend $20,000 on a firewall, I think support is a big issue. So we have collected and are collecting a lot of information on support for you. Let's take a look at product training, 8 sub-data points. So you can see on this firewall here, you've got online, self-guided training, instructor-led remote, video training, webinars, product documentation. You can see what's available. Now we went to this website, to this product website, and got this information. You could do the same thing, but it would take you the time. Think of the time that's going to take you. Time is money. We have done that for you. We're making it easy for you, and we're collecting all this other information around the clock for you, making your job a lot easier. And letting you make a lot better cybersecurity decisions than you're making right now. We all know right now that your cybersecurity decisions are not very good. Okay, vendor viability. Okay, let's say you've looked at the product, you like the product, even though it does have a security problem here, but let's say you like everything that you're seeing. What about the vendor? I mean, is the vendor financially healthy? Do they have any lawsuits going on? Are they being purchased by the Chinese? I think these are things you would like to know. So we collect a lot of information, all the information that we can get about the company itself. Ownership, management, investment, patents, partners, memberships, services, customers, competitors. Drilling down, you have this information at your fingertips. It's all important information when you're talking to a vendor about buying their product and spending a lot of money. Financial and legal data. Not only is the company being sued, what about any of the company officers? Are they being sued for malfeasance in any way? You need to know that so you can ask questions about it and how it might impact your future relationship with these companies. These companies, you get into bed with them on a long-term basis. You want to know how they're doing and what's the likelihood they're going to be around in a few years when you need them. And financial data coming in from Dun & Bradstreet and whatnot. And then security on the company itself. What kind of network security, what kind of customer data? If you're going to be giving them your customer data, how well are they protecting your customer data? You know, is your customer data going to be hacked by someone and taken off and used against you in some way or another? Now, we know, we're in the security business, we know that these companies, all these companies we're collecting this data on, they do not want to share this information. This is sensitive, private information to them. We do everything we can to legally collect the information, to bring it to you, but sometimes, of course, we can't get this information either. It's just not available. But if it's not available, still, we've asked all the questions. All you have to do is just use these questions and ask the vendor yourself. Make them answer these questions for you so that you can make a better decision. Information is right there for you. Now, there's more on the dashboard. Product overview and industry buzz. More information here about the product itself and downloading this specification sheets where your people can compare this with others. Sentiment buzz, here's a big one. So we go to LinkedIn groups, we go to the blogs, the forums, we go to sources within the surface web and also within the deep web, and we're collecting information and conversations going on live about the product and about the company. So let's say the company is deploying a new product and you're interested in it. But let's say a lot of people that are out there that are buying this product and deploying it, they're having problems deploying it. They can't configure it right. They're not getting support. As soon as they get it deployed, they're having hacks, and people are talking about it out there. Well, we're looking for that information with various keywords and trying to bring it back to you live so that you've got information about what's being said out there, and then you can drill down in here and find out where that data is coming from, and you can use that in conversations with the vendor. Again, leveling the playing field between you and the vendor. We also collect information from our users. you as a user, once you're a customer of ours, if you're buying a product and you have some problems or you have a great experience with it, you can put that information in about the product and about the vendor. That helps us all. Remember, we're in this together. This is a national security issue. We are out there trying to protect the intellectual property of the country that is being attacked by a billion-man opportunistic army of criminals and rogue governments that are traveling at the speed of light all across the internet, trying to attack our networks. We need to work together and share information about our successes and failures and get better products deployed to protect our networks. That's what VAaaS is all about. Also have product news here, up-to-date product news and releases that's coming out. An amazing amount of information, but that's not all, folks. So if you're collecting information, if you're collecting data on a big scale and it starts to pile up, well, it turns into big data, right? And so you've got big data going on. And so with big data, you slice and dice, you mine it, you analyze it, you try to see it in new ways that you haven't seen before in the past. And you're trying to visualize it and understand the data. So we've given you a tool to look at our data in a new way. So let's take a couple of examples and see how it works. So let's product data, let's go to type here, going down to dashboard results, let's go to vendor data, security, down to scores, come on, scores. Okay, scores. Oh, come on, baby. There you go. Okay, so, and now let's visualize the data. Okay, so, we've got the product security score over here and the vendor viability score. Now you look at those 5 products in a new way and see how they stack up with each other. A new way of perhaps making a decision that might make all the difference in the world. Let's try one more. Let's give another one a shot here. Let's go over here to product data, financial, and go down to company value. Let's go down to edit axis, time, years, visualize this data. Okay, so you've got a situation now where you're looking at the company value in billions of dollars in over time. So you can see FireEye here moving up in value because it's a very hot product, and sometimes you might be able to make a decision because you can see how the market is valuing a particular company and not valuing other companies. So you're able to see data in totally new ways that we're collecting round the clock for you here. And so you can see the power of this platform and the value that it can have for you as you try to pick cybersecurity products for your company. For investors, there is much, much more information on the Data1Qbit website. Lots of information about what we're doing, how we're doing it, our business plan information. Please take a look at it. For anyone looking at this, you can come back and play with this tool as you like. Go to the FAQ page. You'll find a link back to this. Thank you for taking a look at Data1Qbit. Thank you for taking a look at the VAaaS platform. And please join us. Please join us to make a difference to protect our country's intellectual property and join us and reap the financial benefits of being part of this company. Thank you very much.